Hello, I'm Don in the Great Lakes State, and we went on a boat trip to St. Joe, Michigan, and in my little bass boat the other day, and lo and behold, it's a big lake, and it's got some pretty good-sized waves. Now, they were only 1 to 2 foot the day we went, but it still got me a little water inside the boat. When we got out of the boat, there was plenty of water back there in the bilge area. And the bilge that I have in the boat, didn't think I'd really need it, but now that I want to go out on a big lake once in a great while, no, actually quite a bit now. Anywho, I decided to go ahead and put a bilge pump in. And I'm going to show you how to do that with this video. I'm going to go through right now and show you what you're going to need to install it. So that's awesome, right? Right. Okay, I'm going to stand up. You won't see my face no more. I know I'm pretty. But I'm going to show you. I am going with, from Walmart, a Shoreline Marine 600 gallons per hour bilge pump with an automatic flotation device, which will hook to the bottom of the boat like that, and then when it comes up like this, it'll start running automatically until it goes back down. And if you don't want to do it that way, you can always just hook direct with extra wire to a toggle switch if you just want to turn it on manually when you want it on. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way for now. That way, like if it's in the yard, I don't cover my boat up every time. I go ahead and when it rains, I'll want it to start automatically. You're going to want to have a good new battery or close to it for that. But when it rains and it gets too full of water, if you don't have the plug pulled out, this is like if you're in the lake and it's raining and you don't cover it up. I mean, if you're out of the water, of course, you're going to have the plug pulled, so it won't work anyway. It won't need to work. But anyway, you're going to want some extra wire, maybe, for the job. You're going to need some drill bits. You're going to need a kit for wire kits and a cutter. And you might want to grab yourself a little flashlight for the job. And you're probably going to want to drill for the bits, of course, and a screwdriver, either Phillips or a flathead. I'm going to sit down for this. It's easier. Get my pipe, get my e-cigarette, show you how to do this. You can start any way you want. You can check it out how it's going to go in your boat first. You can hook some of your wires up first. It's not real hard. With this, with the float device, you can use either one of these black wires, and you hook it to the bilge pump black wire. Use one of these electric clamps. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. I might need a yellow one. Might need a yellow one for that. Yep. So there's a yellow one. And then you just take your other wire and stick it through the other side. Just like that. I don't know if I got my hands up high enough. I hope so for you. And you just take this here, and mine is coated with the color, and I'm going to go on the yellow because that's what it is. It's a little yellow dot right up in here. So yellow to yellow. Make sure you got a good connect. And then go ahead and clamp her up all the way down to the bottom. Clamp. Do it over on the other side. Sorry. Keep putting my hand down, don't I? Clamp. might have clamped too close. Let's go ahead and do that again. I'll make sure the wire don't fall out. There we go. And now it won't come apart. You're probably going to want a little silicone sealant. And that way, you know, no water is going to get in there and burn out your wires. So we got that connected now to there, as you can see. Now, you are going to want to connect the red one, of course, goes to, well, let me explain this to you. If you have a boat that has fuses in it, you're going to want to connect this right to your fuse box if it's already fused up into your console, and then it'll just go right, you know, then it's hooked right back into your battery, and you'll be good to go. But if you're like me and you don't have that fuse box, you hook this red wire up to your battery on the positive side, and the extra black wire you hook to your negative on your battery, and that's all there really is to it. It's really not hard. So right now we're going to go ahead and then we're going to put the silicone sealant on around here and around here, and that can dry while we're out at the boat. Excuse me. Okay, now we are out at the boat, and what we are going to do is hook this negative on your negative side of your battery. Trying to keep my hands out of the way so you can see. And tighten her down, and there we go. That's on there. Now you take your red wire and hook it to your positive side, plus side. And I'm going to have to move the battery in a little bit to do that, because and there we go. Now that they're hooked up, you can hear it running. That goes up. It does run. It ain't got no water coming through it though, so you don't want to run it too much. Just testing to see if it's working. It is working. So now we'll put that in to the boat and hook it up in there. Alright, once you got her hooked up, you can see back there where she's screwed into the transom of the boat. Now that's 3/4 inch transom on the back, so just don't go over 3/4 inch on your screws when you're screwing in, and you won't go through your boat. And be careful when you're drilling your holes. You don't want to go all the way through the transom either. But if you do, just put some. All you have to do is just put some of that silicone sealant on it and let it dry it, and it'll be all right. And then this one here, you just screw it right, one screw right down to, can't see it there. There it is, one screw right down to the bottom of your boat, and then when she fills up with water, she's gonna just do that. Now we have to hook the hose up that connects right there, and we'll come up and out through here and through that hole over the side of the boat. Either or, doesn't really matter. It's better if you can get it through that hole, that way it's not showing as much. But now we're going to go ahead and put the hose on. the hose to the bilge pump. And it's 3/4 ID inner dimension. And it is, we got to put these clamps on. I double clamp everything, so we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. And there we go. We got that hooked up to the bilge pump. And now we just got to bring it, or not bring it, we got to cut it to fit over here. And we'll be right back. All right, once you got your hose where you want it, and it did not fit through my hole here like I wanted it to. So what that does, this is your actual pump where your bilge pump is, or your hole for your plug. That's where your bilge is. And this here is a hole for whatever water gets up in here. And being a big 50 horse, this is real close to the water line, to be honest with you. But it doesn't ever fill up with water. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit past here so I can have it over the side if I want. Or I could just have it down in here and it'll go out here, because I don't never put a plug in there. Water comes up, comes back out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Zawsaw. You can use whatever you got to cut your hose with. And let's go ahead and do that. So now I can have a hangover, or I can just stick it right down in here, and it'll just flow out and fall into the hole, which ain't no big whoop at all. And when I'm out in the water, I won't fill up with water. So we're going to go ahead and, I put the plug in, we're going to go ahead and fill that area up with water and see if it works. All right, let's fill her up with water and see what happens. There she goes. Worked just fine. Only filled up probably about, halfway or so. And turned off. Still got a little water in her. That's all right. Nowhere near enough to worry about. What little bit's left in there, when you pull the plug, you're good. So that's gonna fill up again. And there we go. Doesn't take much. I mean, it blows that water out pretty darn quick. It comes right out the back, just above the water line, putting it right back out into the lake. So there we go. We're ready to go. Our bilge pump is working good. Time to go do some fishing. Y'all take care, and God bless you guys. If you like what you see, please click that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. That would be very much appreciated. Take care.